Hi, in this video we are going to solve integral solution based questions from the topic permutation and combinations. So in the earlier videos we have found out the integral solutions to an equation. An equation was given to us and we were asked to find out the number of integral solutions to that equation. So an equation was given, we were asked to find the number of integral solutions to that equation. Now these integral solutions, they can be whole number integral solutions or natural number integral solutions. Now in the earlier videos we have learned the concepts how to solve this type of questions, wherein an equation will be given, you would be asked to either find out the natural number solution or the whole number solutions. So we have solved these questions. Now in this video what we are going to do is we'll take the equations of the form, for example, so one of the equation is 3x plus 7y is equals to 123. Say another equation is 4x minus 7y is equals to 1, where x is lying from 1 to 100. And another equation is x plus 2y plus 3z is equals to 18. This is another equation. So what is the difference between the questions which we have solved earlier, where an equation is given and we were finding out the whole number and natural numbers integral solutions to that equation? What is the difference between those type of questions and these equations is that, if you see, in the earlier questions we have solved, the equation was of the form, say a plus b was equals to 4, and we were given that a comma b are greater than or equal to 1, or else greater than or equal to 0, or a comma b greater than or equal to 1. So when it was greater than or equal to 1, it will be indirectly the question was asking you to find the natural numbers integral solutions to this equation, and when it was greater than or equal to 0, we need to find the whole number integral solutions to this equation. But here, if you see, the coefficients of a and coefficients of b are 1 in the earlier equation, in the equations which we have solved earlier, but here the coefficients are not 1. So in this case, and moreover, earlier whenever we were solving the finding out the natural number integral solution or the whole number integral solutions, we were dealing with a positive sign, but here in this equation there is a negative sign. And earlier when we are solving the questions, there were the equation was of the form, even if it had three variables, it was of the form a plus b plus c is equals to 6 or any other number. But here the coefficients of a, b, c are 1, but here it is something else other than 1. So how to solve when the coefficients of the equation are not 1? That is the thing which we are going to cover in this video. Prior to watching this video, it is recommended to watch the earlier videos, wherein we have one of the videos we have solved the questions where we found out the natural number integral solutions to the equation. In another video we have solved the questions wherein we were finding out the whole number integral solutions to the equation. So prior to watching this video, it is recommended to watch those two videos so that it will be easier for you to understand. Now let us solve how all these equations, let us find out the integral solutions to these equations when the coefficients of the variables are not 1. So in this video uh, let me write down the various types of equations. Say one is 3x plus 4y is equals to 16, and 2x plus 3y is equals to 36. Another equation is 12x plus 15y is equals to 720. 15x plus 20y is equals to 600, and then square root of x plus square root of y is equals to square root of 1332, and square root of x plus square root of y is equals to square root of 1984. 3x plus 7y is equals to 123. 4x plus 5y is equals to 484. 14x plus 21y is equals to 350, and then the equation wherein there is a negative sign instead of a positive sign between the two variables, 4x minus 7y is equals to 1, and x is lying from 1 to 100, and then there is this 4x minus 17y is equals to 1, and x is lying from 1 to 200, 1 to 1000, and then 3x minus 5y is equals to 2, and y is lying from in between 2 to 20. So if we see these two equations, the first one and second one, the coefficients of the variables are co-primes, but to the right hand side of the equation, whatever is there, say here it is 60, these two coefficients are factors of that to the number to the right hand side of the equation. Now here these two equations, in these two equations, these two are not co-primes, and they are factors of this 720. Now in these two equations we are dealing with the square root, which is different from the earlier equations. Now in this equation, these two are co-primes, but only one of the coefficients is factor of right hand side. Coefficients is a factor of right hand side, is a factor of k. Let k be the number to the right hand side of the equation. Similarly here these two are same, and here in these equations we are having a negative sign in between the two variables. Now we will see in each and every equation how we can find out the integral solutions or else non-negative integral solutions to this equation. Now let me put a generic equation of the form ax plus by equals to k. Now case 1, in this case we are assuming that a comma b are co-primes, that means HCF of a comma b is equals to 1, and a comma b are both factors of k. So for this equation we will find out the integral solutions. So now prior to finding out the integral solution, let us study this equation, that is ax plus by is equals to k. Now what I'll do is I'll simply increase the value of x by b, then I have to decrease the value of y by a. that means when the value of x is increased by b, the value of the y must decrease by a. Similarly, when the value of x is decreased by b, the value of y must increase by a. That means when x is decreased by b, y must increase by a. Just an observation based on this equation. These two are the observations that are based on this equation. Now, why these observations are needed will come to know when we take an equation and when we solve the question. So this is the first type of equation, in which first case wherein a comma b are co-primes and HCF of that means HCF of a comma b are 1 and a comma b are both factors of k. So now let us start solving the question. Question will be given to you in this way: find the total number of non-negative and positive integral solutions to the equation given to us is 3x plus 4y is equals to 60. First we'll understand this equation. As we know, the coefficients of the variables that are 3 and 4, and they are co-primes, and both 3 and 4 are factors of 60. Now, traditional method to solve this equation: we'll list down the values of x and y. So we can either start with x as 0 and end with y, or else we can start with, suppose if we take y as 0, because in the equation it is saying that it should be non-negative, so 0 is allowed. So if we take y as 0, what is going to be the value of x is 20. Now, earlier in this equation we have learned that if y is increased by a, x decreases by b. So what is a here? A is 3, so I'll increase y by 3, and x would decrease by b. It will become 16. It will decrease by b. A is equals to 3 and b is equals to 4. So that is the usefulness of this equation, this key point. But why didn't we use this first key point? Because we have started with y as 0. If we decrease y by 3, that means 0 minus 3, you are getting minus 3. So we are only interested in finding out the non-negative and positive integral solutions. That is the reason why we haven't taken this point. We have taken only this key point. Now, so here we will further increase y by another 3. So if it is 6, we are going to get 12 over here. So if it is 9, we are going to get 8 over here. If it is 12, we are going to get 4 over here. If it is 15, we are going to get 0 over here. We have started with y as 0 and we have ended with x as 0. Now, the question is the total number of non-negative or positive integral solutions to this equation is. So using this tabular method, we know that there are 6 non-negative integral solutions and 4 positive integral solutions to this equation. This is using the traditional method where we have made a table and we have noted down the values of x and y, and finally we have solved this equation and we found out the total number of non-negative and integral solutions to this equation. Now it is not possible every time to make a tabular form and list down the values of x and y and then count them and then come to know that the answer is answer based on the counting. So it is not possible. So we look at another optimal method to solve this equation. So method 2 to solve this equation, the given equation is 3x plus 4y is equals to 60. Now, so this equation we can write it as 3x divided by 60 and 4y divided by 60 is equals to 1, and then this is nothing but x by 20 plus y by 15 is equals to 1. So what I have done is I have written this equation in the form of a straight line. So if we plot this in the coordinates x and y, this line will be of this form. So this is 20, 0 and this is 0, 15. All the points, so this point, this point, this point on this straight line will be the solutions to this equation. So let us note it down here. If the given equation is of the form ax plus by is equals to k, then prior to this there are few conditions it has to meet. A comma b are co-primes and a and b are both factors of k. Then the gap between the variables, that is a comma b, is given by k divided by a into b. So how did we get this? The gap between the two variables is k divided by a into b. So how did we get this? What is the proof? So we'll find out the proof here. The given equation is 3x plus 4y is equals to 60. So this particular portion, if you see, this is divisible by 4, this is divisible by 4, this has to be divisible by 4. So I'll put x as some 4a, and y, if you see here, this is divisible by 3, this is divisible by 3, this also should be divisible by 3. So I'll put y as 3 times b. Now put the values of x and y in this equation. We are going to get 12 times a plus b is equals to 60. Now a plus b will be 60 divided by 12, which is nothing but k divided by a into b. So when a plus b is equals to, after simplification it will be a plus b is equals to 5. Now if we want to find out non-negative integral solution or a positive integral solutions, then we already have solved this type of equation in the earlier videos. The positive integral solutions would be 4, because 5 balls are placed on a table, so you will have 4 gaps. That's why this is 4, and non-negative integral solutions would be 6, because there would be 7 balls placed on a table. Because how to find out the non-negative integral solutions? For this equation, a plus b is equals to 5, a is greater than or equal to 0 and b is greater than or equal to 0, non-negative integral solution. So it would be, instead of a greater than or equal to 0, I'll add 1 to the right hand side here, so this will become some k1 plus k2 is equals to 7, where k1 comma k2 are greater than or equal to 1, and there will be in order to solve this equation, there will be 6 balls on the table. If I have to select 7 balls on the table, I have to select 6 balls on the table, I have to select any one, so 6c1. So that is where from we're getting this 6. So whenever this type of equation is given, 3x plus 4y is equals to 16, instead of listing down all the values of x and y, simply find out the value of k divided by a into b, that is the gap between the two integers, gap between the variables, and then we can get the number of non-negative integral solutions or positive integral solutions to this equation. Now let us solve a few more questions. Say if this equation is given and we are asked to find out the number of non-negative and non-negative and positive integral solutions to this equation. So this equation is 4x plus 8y is equals to 200. Now here we cannot find the gap as 200 divided by 4 into 8, because in order to apply this, we need to make sure there should be this equation has two conditions are satisfying in this equation. One of this is a comma b are co-primes, which is not the case here, and the other thing is a comma b, a and b are factors of k. These two conditions must be met. In this equation, this condition is not being met. That is the first condition, a comma b are co-primes. So what we need to do is take out the common factor between these two. Say 4, this will become x plus 2y is equals to 200. So this is nothing but x plus 2y is equals to 50. Now if we see the coefficients a and b, a is 1 and b is equals to 2. These two are co-primes and both are factors of k, which is 50 in this case. So the gap can be easily found out by 50 into 1 into 2. This is equals to 5. So there would be 6 non-negative integral solutions and 4 positive integral solutions. So this is 25, so this would be 26 and 24 positive integral solutions. Similarly, let us take another equation. 15x plus 20y is equals to 300. Again, a and b are not co-prime here, but both are factors of k. So what we can do is take out the common factor here, say 5. This would be 3x plus 4y is equals to 300. So this is again 3x plus 4y is equals to 60, and we have solved this equation earlier. Now let us look at another equation. 3x plus 6y is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this thing is divisible by 3. This is also divisible by 3. But if you see here, this is not divisible by 3. Right hand side is not divisible by 3. So there won't be any no integral solutions exist for this equations. No integral solution exists. Now let us look at another question. 5x plus 15y is equals to 1 2 3 2. Again here this should be divisible by 5, so there would be no value of x and y, x comma y. Now let us look at a CAT question. So the question is, in how many ways can 500 be given using denominations of 5, 20 and 50, and one condition given in the question is he has to give it in exactly 20 notes he has to use. So say this question can be reframed into this equation: x plus 20y plus 50z is equals to 500, and x plus 4y plus 10z is equals to 100, and we already know that x plus y plus z should be equals to 20. So subtract these two equations, we are going to get 80 here and 9z, and this is 3y. If we say here, if you see here, this is divisible by 3, this is divisible by 3, this is not divisible by 3, so no value exists. That means we cannot give away rupees 500 in these denominations when the exact number of notes that which we can give is 20. Now let us solve another type of questions. In this type of question, if the equation is of the form square root of x plus square root of y is equals to square root of 1332. So this means the powers of x and y are half. So, in the earlier equation the powers of x and y were 1. So now let us solve this equation. Before solving this equation, let us write this 1332 in terms of smaller numbers, or in terms of if are there any squares that are available in this 1332. So this is nothing but, if we take 2, this is 666, this is 2, 333, this is 3, this is 111, this is again 3, this is 37. So we are having 9 into 4, that is 36 into 37. So this 1332 square root of 1332 x plus square root of y is equals to square root of 1332 is nothing but 36 into 37. So this can be x square root of x plus square root of y is equals to 6 times square root of 37. Now for this equations to be valid, this x must be of the form, so x because root 37 is irrational, we need to have a root 37 in the in the left hand side also of the equation, only then this equation will stand. That means x must be of the form a into square root of 37 and y must be of the form b into square root of 37. So this will be a plus b is equals to 6. So in order to find out the non-negative integral solutions or else positive integral solutions, it can be found out from this equation. So this would be 7, this would be 5. Now let us look at another similar type of question. This question has an equation root x plus root y is equals to square root of 1984. So this 1984, if it is written to check whether there are any perfect squares inside it, this is 124, this is 31. So we are having 64 into 31, this is nothing but 8 into square root of 31. So x must be of the form a into square root of 31 and y must be of the form b into square root of 31. So a plus b is equals to 8. So there would be 9 and 7, 9 non-negative integral solutions and 7 positive integral solutions respectively. Now in case 1, we have taken an equation of the form 3x plus 4y is equals to 60, and we have seen the optimal method to solve this equation to find out the number of integral solutions to these equations. So in this case 1, a comma b, that is coefficients of x and y, are coprimes, and a comma b are both factors of k. So this was case 1. Now in case 2, the equation would be of the form, say 3x plus 7y is equals to 123. A and b are coprimes, but only one of a comma b is a factor of k. So in this case too, let us look at the way to solve this equation. So the given equation is 3x plus 7y is equals to 123. So again by tabular form, method 1, say x, y. If we take y as 0, what happens if we take x as 0? Let us understand this first. If we take x as 0, 7y is equals to 123. So y, will it be an integer? No, we are getting something like some value which is not an integer. So that is why we will not start with x as 0. We'll remove it. We'll start with y as 0. If y is equals to 0, what will be the value of x? X is 41. Now, as we have already seen in the earlier, in the equation in the equation when it is of the form ax plus by is equals to k, if x increases by b, y decreases by a. If x decreases by b, y increases by a. So these 2 points we have already seen. Now let us increase the value of y by a. Say if it is 3, this would be 34. There is a decrease of 7, there is an increase of 3. Similarly, another, if it is 6, we are going to get 27. If it is 9, we are going to get 20. If it is 12, we are going to get 13. If it is 15, we are going to get 16. If it is 18, we cannot take y value as 18 because 15 sevens itself is 15 sevens is 85. If we are taking 18 here, we are 18 sevens would be 126, which is greater than the value to the right hand side. We are going to get x as negative here, so we will not take this case again. So in total there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 non-negative integral solutions and 5 positive integral solutions. Here the difference between the earlier type of equation in the case 1, which was 3x plus 4y is equals to 60, what we are getting, we were getting 6 non-negative integral solutions and 4 positive integral solutions. The gap here was between these two was 2. Why? Because in this 6 non-negative integral solutions we were getting x as x0 and y as 15 as one of the solution, and y as 0 and x equal to 20 as the other solution. So that is why we were getting the gap of 2. But here if we see, the gap between these two is only 1, because we are getting y, we have only one value is there, wherein in which the variable x or y can take is 0, that is 41 comma 0. Why another value where 0 comma something is not there? Because if x is 0, 7y equal to 123, you are not going to get an integer here. That is the reason why the difference between these two, that is the 6 which is the non-negative integral solution and 5 which is the positive integral solution, is 1. This is the difference from the case 1 and case 2. Equations in the case 1 and equation in the case 2. Why this difference is coming? Because only one of a comma b is factor of k in this case 2. In case 1 both are factors of k. So that is the reason for the difference. Now the optimal way to solve this question is, the given equation is 3x plus 7y is equals to 123. So take the portion that is the factor of k to the right hand side. So this will be 7y is equals to 123 minus 3x. So 7y is equals to 3 into 41 minus x. Now this is divisible by 7. This should also be divisible by 7. So 41 minus x should be divisible by 7. So when is it possible? When we take x as 6, we are going to get 35 here. It is divisible by 7. Now if we take x as, for it to be divisible by 7, if we take the value of x as 13, if we take the value of x as 21, 28, the value of x as 20 here and 27 here, if you see, we are keep on increasing this by 7. So this is 34, and if it is 41, this is the last thing, because it cannot go till 48. If it is going till 48, we are going to get a negative sign here, and y is negative. That is not what the question is asking us to do. So total we are having 6 non-negative integral solutions, and we need to subtract 1 from it to get 5 positive integral solutions. So this is the way, this is the optimal method to solve this equation. Now let us look at another equation. So instead of listing down all the values of x, we can do one thing here. When this in this equation 3x plus 7y is equals to 123, first divide this 123 by a into b, which is 3 into 7. So you will definitely get in terms of some integer plus some decimal value. So ignore the decimal part, decimal portion, and concentrate only on the integer. So here it would be, this is 41, so it is 5 point something. So take that 5, add 1 to get the non-negative integral solutions. And this 5 will be the positive integral solutions to this equation. You can do in this way, you can solve in this way also. So let us apply this method in this equation. Equation given is 3x plus 2y is equals to 250. So again, these two are co-primes, but only 2 is a factor of 250, 3 is not a factor of 250. So this is 250 divided by 6, which is nothing but 41 point something. So there will be 41 positive integral solutions and 42 non-negative integral solutions. So within 10 seconds we are able to find out the non-negative integral solutions or positive integral solutions to this equation. Now let us move ahead. Now we'll solve the 3 variable equation question. So the given equation is x plus 2y plus 3z is equals to 18. 3 variables are given here, and moreover it is given that x comma y comma z are greater than or equals to 1. So we are looking at positive integral solutions to this equation. So in order to solve this equation, first target that portion of the equation for which the coefficient is the highest. Here the coefficients are 1, 2, 3. Since 3 is the highest coefficient, we will start solving it from here. We will assign the value of z as 1. We are going to get x plus 2y is equals to 15. Z is equals to 2. We are going to get x plus 2y is equals to x plus 2y is equals to 18 minus 6, this is 12. So z is equals to 3. X plus 2y is equals to 9. Z is equals to 4. X plus 2y is equals to 6. Z is equals to 5. X plus 2y is equals to 3. And if z is equals to 6, x plus 2y would be equal to 0. That means it is not a valid option, because x comma y comma z are all greater than or equals to 1. So we cannot take this case. So if these are the 4 kinds of cases which we can find, which we will be getting. If we take this equation, here the coefficients of x and y are 1 and 2, both are co-primes, and only 1 is a factor of 15. So this is nothing but 15 divided by 2. You are going to get 7 something. So there will be 7 positive integral solutions, and in this case x plus 2y is equals to 12. Both are factors of that, so you are going to get 12 divided by 2. So this is 6. 6 means there would be 8 non-negative integral solutions and 5, and and 5 integral solutions. Now in this case we are only concerned with integral solutions, so let us remove this 8 non-negative integral solutions for the time being. Now in this equation, this is again 9 divided by 2, which we are going to get 4 point something, so there will be 4 positive integral solutions, and here it is again, it is 6 divided by 2, so this is 6 divided by 2, so we are getting 3 here. 3 means there are 2 positive integral solutions, and here x plus 2y is equals to 3. 3 divided by 2, we are going to get 1.5 something, so there is 1 positive integral solutions to this equation. So if we add all these positive integral solutions, this is 7 plus 5 12, 12 plus 4 16, 16 plus 2 18, 19. Total there are 19 positive integral solutions to this equation. So in the earlier question we were finding out k divided by a into b, and then we are figuring out the number of positive integral solutions or number of non-negative integral solutions. So instead of doing that, we can also solve this in this way. So if x plus 2y plus 3z is equals to 18, and when z is equals to 1, this would become x plus 2y is equals to 15. So if we look at this equation, minimum value of y is 1, because it is given in the question that x comma y comma z are greater than or equal to 1. So minimum value of y is 1, so maximum it can take is 7. It cannot go beyond 7. If it is 8, we are going to get x as negative. If it is 7, we are going to get x as 1. So these are all the possible cases, so there will be 7 possible cases. Similarly, when z is equals to 2, this x plus 2y was equals to 12. So again here minimum value of y is 1, and y can take up to, if it takes 6, then x is equals to 0. Again that is in violation of the condition given in the question, so it can take only 5 values. Similarly, when z is equals to 3, x plus 2y is equals to 9, it can take only 4 values. And then z is equals to 4, x plus 2y is equals to 6, it can take only 2 values. When z is equals to 5, x plus 2y is equals to 3, so it can take only 1 values. Again add all these things, you will get 19. This is another way to solve this question, but we have solved this intentionally by using that k divided by a into b, so that we can figure it out each time whether the conditions are met, and accordingly we have solved these equations. It's just for the sake of practice. Now let us move to another question. The question is as follows: you have to give in how many ways a sum of 107 be given in the denominations of 1, 10 and 50. That means you need to give away 107 rupees, and you can give it in terms of 1 rupee notes or 10 rupee notes or 50 rupee notes. So let x be the number of 1 rupee notes that we have given away, and y be the number of 10 rupee notes that we have given away, and z be the number of 50 rupees notes that we can give, so that the summation is total, the money that has been given is 107. Now I can give all 1 rupee notes. That means y comma z can take the value of 0, so they are greater than or equal to 0. Now if z is equals to 0, we are having x plus 10y is equals to 107. So here y can take the values from 0 till 10. It cannot take 11, because if it takes 11 it will become 110, and x will be negative, so that is why it cannot take 11. So it can take from 0 to 10, so there are 11 values which y can take. Similarly, if z is equals to 1, then x plus 10y is equals to 57. So y can take the values from 0 to 5. That means there are 6 values which it can take. Similarly, if z is equals to 2, x plus 10y is equals to 7. Here y can take only one value, that is 0. It cannot take 1 because it will become 10 and x will be negative, so there is only one value. So the final answer to this question is 11 plus 6 plus 1, which is 18. Now, till now we have solved the equations of the form ax plus by is equals to k. There was a positive sign between the two variables. Now let us look at an equation which is of the form ax minus by is equals to k. Now if this equation is given, that is ax minus by equals to k, and we are asked to find the number of integral solutions or non-negative integral solutions or positive integral solutions, then how we will proceed, that we are going to do now. So suppose if x increases by b, then y should also increase by b, and if x decreases by b, then y should also decrease by a. That means if x increases by b, y also increases by a. In the earlier equation of the form ax plus by equal to k, if x increases by b, we found that y would decrease by a. But here we are finding out that if x increases by b, y is increasing by a. Similarly, here x decreases by b, y also decreases by a. Now these are the key points. Now assume that the given equation is of the form 4x minus 7y is equals to 1. So now we will solve using the traditional method first. So if x and y over here, it is also given in the question that x is lying from 1 to 100. So now if y is 1, x would be 2, and similarly if y is increased by say a, which is increased by 4, that means if y is 5, then x increases by 7, that means x would be 9, and again x would be 16, and x would be 23. There will correspondingly there will be a value of y, and this goes on. So this is the traditional method, and then you need to solve. You need to first list down all these possibilities and then count them. Now instead of doing that, if we see the table and if we see the values of x, the values of x starts with 2 and each time it increases by 7. So they will be of the form 2 plus 7k, where k is greater than or equal to 0. because it can be, when it is 0 it is 2, but the highest value which x can take should be less than 100. So whatever the value of this, that is 2 plus 7k, it should be less than 100. So 7k is less than 98. That means k is less than 14. So less than 14 means 0 to 13. So total there are 14 cases. These are the 14 solutions to this equation, provided x is lying from 1 to 100. Now let us solve another question so that the concept would be clear. The given equation in this question is 4x minus 17y is equals to 1, and x is lying in the range from 1 to 1000, and we are asked how many values of x can this equation take. Integral values, because already we know that x is lying from 1 to 100, 1 to 1000. So he's asking about the how many number of integral values which x can take to solve this equation. Now this equation is 4x is equals to 1 plus 17y. This is nothing but 4x is equals to, we can say it is 16y plus y plus 1. So this is this 16y will be divisible by 4, and we also know that to the left hand side of the equation there is 4x, which is again divisible by 4, and to the this should also be divisible by 4. So for this to be divisible by 4, the value of y has to be 3. It cannot be less than 3, because if it is 1 or 2, then we would not get this term to be divisible by 4. So that is why it has to be 3. Now from our findings, when y is equals to 3, we know that 4x is equals to 52 and x is equals to 13. So this is 13. If y increases by a, that means if it increases by say 4, if y is 7, then x, it also increases by b, that is 17, so it will become 30. So the generic term which x can be taken is 13 plus k, or else it can be written as 13 plus 7k. All these are the values which x can take, but this 13 plus 7k should be less than 1000. So we will get 13 plus, this is not 7k, this is 17k. So 13 plus 17k is less than 987, which is k is less than 58. So it is starting from 0 to 57. So there would be correspondingly 58 values of x. That's all this equation.